Hi everyone, so my name is Aspen or Regulus. I am the happy owner of a 3 to 4 month old ball python, ivory ball python. Um, he's currently in Hysteria, male, ivory ball python, I might have had. And this account is going to be completely unedited videos about care and tips and tricks and debugging things I've seen online and just showing his growth, I guess. Right now he's in hysteria because it's 8 in the morning, and that's very early for his snake. He's usually most active around 6 to 10 p.m. Uh, but we are currently in a heat wave, so he's a bit less active, because of how warm it is. So I bought him. His name is Apollo. I bought Apollo on the. I've written it down. 6th of August 2025. So now we are the 15th, so a bit more than a week ago. Um, he has been my life, my entire joy this entire time. He has bitten me once, but that was my fault. I had pissed him off. Um, so basically this account. So I live in Belgium. I'm situated in Belgium, and currently it's the biggest heat wave I've seen in a while. I'm trying to let cool air in by opening a window, but it's difficult. So his terrarium is very humid because it's very humid, and it's very warm. I'm trying my best to keep it cool, but it's difficult to do. Um, so I'm gonna share tips and tricks. I'm going to debug things online, and I'm doing this while also having so many hours. I'm not sure how many hours, but a lot of hours of researches, and I'm going to just debug things basically. So the first thing I'm gonna approach is the feeding, uh, because I've seen a lot of people say things, and I'm just like, that's wrong. For example, I've seen a lot of people saying that they eat every 2 weeks. That is not before 1 year old, at least. They don't eat every 2 weeks, and they don't eat every 2 weeks their entire life. That is the bad way. That is the way to have an underfed baby snake and an overfed adult snake. So a baby snake, when it closes, is that a word? So I'm not. My mother tongue is not English; it's French. So I have my document here in French, and I might not translate things correctly. But basically, when they are born, so when the egg opens, they eat every 5 days. Around so. Yeah, they eat every 5 days until they are 3 months old approximately. So I'm supposed to be feeding him once a week and not every 3 to 5 days. So I'm gonna change that and put once a week. Yeah, here. I'm still making adjustments. It's the first reptile I own, so this is gonna be fun. So I'm gonna change his feeding day and modify it correctly, because last time I fed him 5 days after his last fed, so I'm gonna modify this, especially since it's warm. It's not gonna eat as much. So that's surprising. He's a good eater. He eats well. He eats very well. He likes his food basically. So he's around 3 to 4 months old. I cannot be sure because his papers are in France, and his ship is still not on my name. I have to modify it next month. So when they are born, they eat every 5 days. A small mouse or a pink rat. So they are around 50 to 100 grams, the snake, and they should eat around 8 to 12 grams of food. So at 3 months old, they are around 120 and 200 grams. He is currently at 189 grams. I weighted him on the 8th, and I'm gonna do that monthly. So they should eat once a week, 13 to 19 grams. So small mouse. He's currently on an adult mouse, or I don't know the name, big rat, I guess, a bit smaller rat, I guess. At 6 months, they are around 300 and 370 grams, and they should eat every 7 to 10 days. Adult rats, so 20 to 30 grams. I'm gonna have to start weighting his feed and see if it's fitting in it. At 1 year old, they should eat every 10 to 14 days, so yes, every 2 weeks. 590 gram, so they weight around 500 and 900 grams, and they should eat 45 to 80 grams of food each time. So at 1 year and a half, they still eat every 10 to 14 days. They weight around 700 and 1,500 grams, and they should eat around 80 grams to 150 grams. At 3 years old, they already eat way less. They eat, well, way less. They eat every 14 days to 21 days. They weight around 1,500 and 1,800 grams, and they should eat around 90 to 150 grams. And starting at 5 years and plus, they will eat every 21 days to 50 days, and they will weight around 1,800 to 2,300 grams. And they should eat the same thing as when they're 3 years old. That's something I've seen and I've cross-referenced, so I believe it's true. So that is knowing that I'm probably gonna change his feeding once he's big enough. I'm not planning on feeding him rabbits, but that is something I might have to feed him at some point. I'm hoping not. I'm really hoping not, but yes. Basically. So that will depend on what they feed. So the recommended size of the prey of feeding them is the prey to be slightly bigger than the biggest part of your snake. On his body, the biggest part of your snake has to be a little bit smaller than the prey, a little bit, not too much. I know it's very vague, I know it's scary, but that's how it works. So I'm currently feeding him adult mouse because that's what they feed him where I got him. And I'm planning on keeping it that way until he's big enough to be moved to something bigger. So I'm going to choose a day for the feeding. So I already got 2 mice, so that's good. He's on adult mice, as I said, and I'm going to make a little plan on when to feed him. So I want to feed him every 7 days, but last week he was asking already after 4 days, and I don't want him to just not eat, but I'm going to get him more and more ready to just eat like a 6-month-old baby. Currently it's going to be once a week, every 7 days on the clock, and it's very warm, so I don't believe he's going to be asking very soon. But yes, basically that was the feeding. So no, they don't eat all their life once every 2 weeks. That's not true. They eat that way from 1 to, I'd say, 3 years old, but not the entire life. They are going to be there for 20 years minimum. They're going to eat way less than that, but yeah, basically. So yeah, that was the feeding method. I want to do a 10 minutes video each time, so that's gonna be fun. And I've reached it now, and I'm going, basically in every video I'm going to rant a lot, and I'm so sorry about that. Next video will be about how to try and keep your terrarium cooler while also knowing that I'm struggling with that. So it's just gonna be tips and tricks and safest way. So my snake is currently staying in his basking spots because I think he's still digesting. It's been 4 days, so he should not have digested. He should have digested now. But, you know, it's also very early in the morning, so maybe he just doesn't want to show his face, and that's fine with me. So I've been struggling with the temperature and the humidity because my room is very humid. I'm struggling with asthma, so I will know. And I'm trying my best to keep it down, but it's very difficult knowing that my subtract is not very even everywhere. But next time I'm feeding him, I'll just redo his terrarium very quickly, like put it correctly to even out the humidity a little bit. So I will make an entire video on the terrarium later on, knowing that I will change it before he's 3. So yeah, that was my little video for today. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this will be helpful for new snake owners like I am myself. If you have any questions, just comment. Please share, comments, like. I know we can't repost, sadly. Save it for later if you need any help with it. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy. I hope you'll have a nice day, a nice night, whatever. I don't know what time it is at yours. If you have any medication, take it. Don't forget to drink a lot of water. A lot. We gotta drink a lot of water. Don't forget to eat, and just stay safe. Bye, everyone.